stop in Carl Street.
So I just very quickly wanted to come on here and talk through the process of how I study microbiology. I basically use Sketchy Medical, and these are my notes from med school. This is their microbiology series for step one. So basically what I like to do is, if you watch the videos, you know that towards the end of the videos, all of the visual cues and explanations about the organism are complete. And so what I've done is I like to take a screenshot at the end of the video, and I have like basically created like this book of like all of this, all of the different like end screenshots for every organism. And then what I like to do is I like to write down the visual cues in the order that they appear in. So for example, I put like numbers to indicate the visual cues within the picture, and then the corresponding visual cue and the explanation of what it is. And then the colors that you see here are essentially the color coding system that I have. So for example, I use yellow for the diseases caused by the organism. I use orange for the drugs that are used to treat these diseases. What I'm doing right now is, of course, I studied this a couple of years ago in med school, but it's been a long time since I have reviewed this material. So just sort of going back and watching the videos, going through the notes, and just kind of memorizing everything all over again, and then practicing with UWorld questions. So that is basically my strategy. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I'm an international medical graduate living in Toronto, and I just inhabit this small corner of the internet where I share my life and what I've been up to. And if you're interested in anything related to studies or healthcare or research, I do hope that you stick around. It's been a while since I've posted on YouTube. I have been away for a little bit. I went back home to see my family, and that was a wonderful almost 4 weeks that I got to spend with them. I've been back for about 3 weeks now, but I just haven't had the motivation to vlog anything. A lot has been going on actually, and I'm happy to share it in the upcoming weeks. So I had mentioned in October, I think I made a vlog about applying to grad school. Essentially, I was applying to Masters of Public Health, so that is the MPH program, because I feel like that's just where my career and life seems to be heading at this point. And so I applied to a couple of programs, and I've heard back from some of them. I don't really want to, I just don't feel like this is the right time and place to talk about it, but I am so excited to share that I will actually be starting grad school. More details to come in vlogs to come, I guess. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say hi. I was just about to start journaling, and I just very quickly wanted to talk about the journaling process and what I do. So I use the app Day One, and this is not sponsored. I've been using this app since 2018, actually. I first had it on my phone, and that was a very convenient way for me to, just sort of write about my day, write about things that I've been going through. And this was in med school. And I have since then carried it into my daily routine, and I try to do it as often as I can, but I obviously don't do it as much as I want to. Um, and I feel like my journaling practice has changed over the years, depending on my needs, depending on what's going on in my life. And so I just wanted to very quickly run through the journaling practice that I have in place today, just in case it might help anybody. So on the app, you can basically create different journals for different reasons, I guess. So if you want to have a separate journal for your everyday stream of consciousness kind of thing, you can create a journal for that. And that's what I've done. I basically have a journal called Daily Reflections, where I just do like a very, very messy stream of consciousness, just talk about my day, things that I like, things that I didn't like, any decisions that I'm trying to work through. Since I've started journaling in 2018, I think this is the most common kind of journaling entry that I've used, and it's tried and true, I can say. It definitely does help me, especially on days when I have way too much on my mind. At the beginning of the day, to just let some of that go and then forget about it has been really helpful. I do find myself going back and looking at reflections. It's currently 2025. I definitely look back at my journal entries, and it's been really useful to see sometimes some of the patterns that I develop of thinking, overthinking, catastrophizing. It's helpful for me to go back and look at my decision processes, especially, and see why I decided to do a certain thing or what led me to this decision, and then what happened after that, and what was the outcome, and things like that. So I definitely find that a very helpful exercise to look back at my journal entries. So the second type of journal that I have is one related to any kind of books or workbooks or podcasts or anything that I listen to. So I do listen to a lot of, self-improvement, personal development kind of podcasts and books and audiobooks and things like that. So whenever I hear a line or something that the author says that really resonates with me, I tend to capture that in my journal, like turn that into a journaling prompt and then write about it, write about how it makes me feel, what I can or cannot do in a given situation. And it really depends on the prompt. I'm happy to share examples in subsequent vlogs if that's of interest to you. But I really feel like that kind of helps me to better understand what the author is trying to say, and make use of some of that knowledge. So I think that's just one of the ways to kind of implement what I've read in some sense. And I try my best. Obviously, I don't think that this is perfect, but it has been a way for me to kind of capture things that I'm interested in across the various books and podcasts that I've read. Basically, my journaling exercise is really all about being very self-aware, cultivating that compassion and hope as well for future me. Yeah, let me know what you think of this system and what kind of systems you use, because I would be interested to learn. I always love learning about how people journal and how it helps them, and then kind of, take away some of that for myself and see if it might help me as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit and journal for a little bit now, and then get into the workday.